Hello fair friends, it is Ab here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my Evermore OC Achilles Elrin. Now, I realize this is a bit poor timing, releasing this video with given Evermore news. If you are interested in hearing my stance on what's going on at Evermore, I will have a video linked in one of the little bars where I'm talking about what happened, my stance on it, that kind of thing. So this video is about like I said, my Evermore OC. I'm not sure what the fate of Evermore holds. However, this OC is one that I have brought with me into a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, but it started out as an Evermore OC. So I will continue living the legacy of Achilles Elrin through Dungeons and Dragons and other aspects of my life. So a little bit about my costume. I handmade this tunic. It's out of 100% wool and then some trim that I got. This is a beautiful, let me get it closer, elven bag. It's for storing the elven bread that they take with them on journeys in Lord of the Rings. I got it from my girlfriend. It has a little Tupperware in here for snacks. It is absolutely amazing. When I am in park though, I do carry this leather satchel with me. I just wear it around my head. I have my ranger pin that I made on it. It opens up, I put my notebook, pencils, park things, just general things you take to a park in there. I'm not gonna wear this for the video because it'd be a little redundant, but I do wear this leather satchel. I also have this hood with the outfit. It is a little large on me. Let me pull it up. So I actually really prefer the look of the hood up rather than down. Some people tell me I look like Quasimodo or Igor, but I think the hood looks dope. You can see more detail on the wrist. I have the same trim, and then I have some faux fur, and then I of course have my gauntlets. That's mainly my outfit. I also wear these boots that I got from a discount store. They are falling apart. The sole actually fell off in park during a snow while it was snowing, so that was unfortunate, but I fixed them with some electrical tape. I also have this little potion bottle crystal necklace. I haven't really tied it into my character yet, but I really liked the necklace and wanted to add some light, because usually Evermore in the winter, since it's in Utah, it's usually pretty dark after about 6 p.m. in the winter. So since it is winter, I'm wearing my winter Achilles outfit, and I like wearing this light in the winter just to distinguish me from other guests. So who is Achilles Elrin? Well, Achilles is an elf, as you can see. He is from the island of Ithacaria, which floats on the endless sea with Evermore. He travels by boat to park usually. Achilles Elrin is the son of King Jarvis, who is the king of Ithacaria, and the Elrin family has held rule in Ithacaria for the last 300 years. All of this is just lore I've come up with about my own island. Achilles is also one of the elven rangers in Evermore. He's currently and probably permanently going to be an apprentice, which is level 2 of the rangers. He just got initiated actually a couple weeks before the park shut down. Achilles is not very good at archery, but he definitely has drive and ambition to learn more about it. As a child, his father thought it was barbaric if he learned to fight, and instead wanted Achilles to focus more on his musical craft. Therefore, Achilles is very good at playing mandolin. So you'd think he'd want to be a bard at Evermore, but no. His calling was to the Rangers, actually. He just wants to help defend Evermore Park. And that's what his plans were before things happened. And unfortunately, Evermore Island has closed their ports, so to say. Some interesting lore about Achilles would be his lineage, where he comes from. So Ab, as a person, is not very short. I'm decently short. I'm like 5'3.5". And usually you'd think of elves, very tall fantasy creatures. So to kind of compensate for that, because you wouldn't usually see a little shortstop elf hanging out, some lore about Achilles is that his father actually fell in love with a dwarf as a mistress. to the queen, because Ithacaria has dwarves and elves living on the island. He fell in love with a dwarf who ended up giving him an heir, his firstborn son, Achilles, and because of this, King Jarvis was obviously very attached to his son and wanted to help raise him to be the next king. So he convinced Queen Calitri to go along with this ploy of this halfling son and pass him off as his own. As full-grown Achilles, the only dwarvish thing that you can see about him is that he is short and quite a bit hairy. So there's that. I think it's really interesting. Achilles actually doesn't know this himself. He has to go on a journey to find it out. And his whole purpose for being in Evermore is to try to find his mom, who went through one of the portals. So he's trying to gather clues. He's found a couple so far. I did have an endgame plan for where she was going to be. I'm not sure if I'll be able to execute that, so I'm not going to share it here, but he was going to find his mother when one of the portals was open. Achilles himself was not going to go through a portal because obviously someone like me who's not an actor at Evermore can't really go through the portal, so to say. So she was going to be on the edge, or I was going to see her or something. But hopefully when the park's back open on my own, even if the actors aren't doing it, my girlfriend and I can kind of roleplay in our own sort of sense to finish out the storylines that we had set. Now, I'm not sure if she's going to want to do her own video or something, a post about this, but my girlfriend's OC is Juniper Brush. She is a human, a world walker, so to say. Her parents abandoned her as a child because they are dragon trainers, actually. So a lot of Juniper's experiences in Evermore are going to lead up to her figuring out that she's supposed to be a dragon slayer. So that's going to be fun. Juniper loves plants, wildlife, that sort of thing. So a lot of our experiences in the park have been Juniper and Achilles going on quests with the actors and trying to rank up in the rangers. So next I'm going to insert a video of me doing a flip through of Achilles' adventure journal that I've had for a couple months now, and as you can see, I've filled it about halfway so far. Hopefully if the park opens, I will be able to continue on my adventure journal. So on the first page, I drew the Evermore crest and I wrote my name in it. The first few entries are just little diaries of my first few times through the portal. And then I start getting into things about the rangers. I'm going to kind of skip a little faster in case things aren't supposed to be seen by regular world walkers. Something important to the ranger is coding, so I've written out a lot of notes on different types of codes to help me solve the daily quests and whatnot. There is a drawing I did of the statue of Saint Michael and the devil in the center of the park, which is one of my favorite elements. This is actually a page about Sarah Caliri because she was my first kind of friend in park. More information on the rangers. That's our crest. Here I have my tarot card that I got for going to the Summer's Eve cosplay event. I have a park map, and on the next page I have a map of my personal island, Ithacaria, and a clue from my mother. Then I have just more journaling of my time in Evermore. Here's kind of where I put my character information. Seems a little late in the journal to include that, but I don't really mind. My lifeline for my character. I forget names really easily in park, so it's super easy to be able to whip this out. Here I have the Ranger's Creed. I don't know if I should show it entirely, but then I aged this little pouch to put some smaller things in. And finally, the last page is for my Caesarean ciphers. I made 2 little rotating wheels, just because it's so much easier to just rotate a wheel than to have to write out the alphabet and keep writing and writing and writing it out. But there is my Evermore adventure journal. I am super, super proud of it, and I cannot wait to continue. So that's Achilles. I hope you guys have enjoyed getting to know him a bit better, and hoping that Evermore opens up again. And if you see me in park as Achilles, be sure to say hello. I certainly love interacting with other people in character. It's one of my favorite things was I guess, one of my favorite things about Evermore. But like I said, he is also making an appearance in a D&D campaign I'm currently a part of. But I actually have, this is my little dice holder for one set of dice. I've actually put together my own set of dice for Achilles. I have to say, I think my favorite is this one. If I can get it out, not the other one. It's my D10 and it looks like it's kind of carved out of bone. And I really, really like that. Anyway, thanks for taking your time. Thanks for taking time out of your day to meet Achilles.